Hello children, it's Mr. Speller here. I hope you're all well at home and have had a lovely weekend. Hope you've managed to get out and about a little bit, even it's been a little bit drizzly. And of course I've been doing lots of fun things at home with your grown-ups too. Children, this week is National Storytelling Week. So I thought I would share with you one of my absolute favourite storybooks. That storybook, children, is A Squash and a Squeeze. Now, this book was written by Julia Donaldson. Julia Donaldson was the author of this book. As an author is someone who writes. The illustrator is Axel Scheffler. Axel did all of the drawings in the book. An illustrator is someone who does all of the drawings. So you may recognise those names because they are really famous with children's storybooks. And I've also written some really fantastic tales, including the Gruffalo as well. So, what I like about this story, children, is that I like the way that the words rhyme. I like the way that the words flow. It's really easy to read. There's a nice rhythm to it. And there's lots of nice pictures as well to look at. And it also is a story that gets you thinking a little bit. What I really liked was the way it got me thinking about what I have and not taking too much for granted, okay? Which means not necessarily wanting more, considering what we already have, okay? So I'm going to read the story to you and I hope you enjoy it. A Squash and a Squeeze. A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chairs, and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse, "There's not enough room in my house. Oh, wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your hen," said the wise old man. "Take in my hen? What a curious plan." Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped around the room, knocking over the jug. Oh dear, it's not a good start. She doesn't look best pleased. The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was pokey for one, and it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle, and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your goat," said the wise old man. "Take in my goat? What a curious plan." Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble the table leg. Oh dear. So not only has the hen knocked over the jug, the goat's now come in and started creating a right mess. The little old lady cried, "Glory be, it was tiny for two and it's titchy for three. The hen pecks a goat and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." I wonder what the wise old man's plan is next. "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. "Take in my pig? What a curious plan." So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. So the pig's come in, and not only is he chasing the animals everywhere, he's eaten all of the food. Oh dear, little old lady's not going to be happy. The little old lady cried, "Stop, I implore. It was titchy for three, and it's teeny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." It's getting fuller and fuller. "Take in your cow," said the wise old man. "Take in my cow? What a curious plan." Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. Dearie me, the house is looking so cramped now. Even the cow has made himself up onto the table. Oh dear. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive! It was teeny for 4, and it's weeny for 5. I'm tearing my hair out. I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." What's next? "Take them all out," said the wise old man, "but then I'll be back where I first began." So she opened the window and out flew the hen. "That's better. At last I can sneeze again." She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. "Just look at my house. It's enormous now." "Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for 5. It's gigantic for 1. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house." And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-de-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-de-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze. The end. Fantastic. Well, I hope you really enjoyed that story, children. As I said, I absolutely love that one. I think it's one of Julia Donaldson's best stories. I love the way that at the beginning she thinks that her house is too small, but she soon begins to realise that actually she had more going for her than she realised. And as her house got fuller and fuller and fuller, she began to notice that actually what I had before wasn't so bad after all. By the time all of the animals had been taken back out of the house, she was so grateful to have what she originally had to start with. So children, as I say, Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler have done lots and lots and lots of fantastic storybooks. Okay, so you've got ones like The Gruffalo. Okay, there's lots and lots out there. So ask your grown-ups if you can have a little look in your book collection, and hopefully you've got a few at home you can read too. Okay, for now, children, that's everything, but I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll speak to you a little bit later on Thursday for your latest maths video. Take care for now. Bye-bye.